1189. 1190. Adverse drug reaction reporting Barbara Simusiak-Mutnik. 61. Introduction. The Institute of Medicine reported in July 2006 that an estimated 1.5 million injuries occur each year as a result of medication errors, and between 44,000 and 98,000 people die from medication errors annually. Other studies estimate as many as 225,000 deaths occur annually from medication errors, which makes it the third leading cause of death in the United States following heart disease and cancer. The cost of morbidity and mortality owing to drug-related adverse events in hospitalized patients was recently estimated to be at least $3.5 billion annually. There are an estimated 3 million hospital admissions each year caused by the misuse of pharmaceuticals. The suffering that patients experience because of drug-related events cannot be quantified. Adverse drug reactions, ADRs, are a cause of significant morbidity and mortality in patients in all areas of healthcare today. There is wide variation in the current healthcare literature, but it has been estimated that from 1/3 to as high as 1/2 of ADRs are believed to be preventable. Definitions. The terms adverse drug reaction, adverse drug event, untoward drug reaction, drug misadventure, side effect, medication errors, misuse of pharmaceuticals, and drug-related problem are many times used interchangeably but do not always describe the same situation. A. The National Coordinating Council for Medication Error Reporting and Prevention states a medication error is any preventable event that may cause or lead to inappropriate medication use or patient harm while the medication is in the control of the healthcare professionals, patient, or consumer. Such events may be related to professional practice, healthcare products, procedures, and systems, including prescribing, order communication, product labeling, packaging, and nomenclature, compounding, dispensing, distribution, administration, education, monitoring, and use 1 billion. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration's FDA definition of an adverse event is any untoward medical occurrence in a patient or clinical investigation subject administered a pharmaceutical product and which does not have to have a causal relationship with this treatment. 2 Celsius. Adverse drug reaction is defined by the World Health Organization, WHO, as one which is noxious and unintended, and which occurs at doses normally used in man for the prophylaxis, diagnosis, or therapy of disease, or for the modification of physiological function. The third. Types of adverse drug reactions. Type A. 1. Type A reactions are extensions of the drug's known pharmacology and are responsible for the majority of ADRs. www.nccmerp.org/aboutmaderas.html http www.fda.gov/downloads/drugs/guidance compliance regulatory information/guidance/ucm.pdf http Intermedia Center Fact Sheets Tastu 193N. Adverse drug reaction reporting 1191. 2. Type A reactions are usually dose-dependent and predictable, but can be the result of concomitant disease states, drug-drug interactions, or drug-food interactions. 3. Ways to minimize type A reactions include understanding the pharmacology of the drug being prescribed, monitoring drugs with a narrow therapeutic index, and avoiding polypharmacy when possible. B. Type B. 1. Type B reactions include idiosyncratic reactions, immunological or allergic reactions, and carcinogenic teratogenic reactions. 2. Type B reactions are usually not the result of a known pharmacology of the drug, but seem to be a function of patient susceptibility. They are rarely predictable, are usually not dose-dependent, and seem to concentrate in certain body systems such as the liver, blood, skin, kidney, and nervous system. 3. Type B reactions are uncommon but are generally serious and can be life-threatening. 4. Except for immediate hypersensitivity reactions, Type B reactions may take as long as 5 days before the patient demonstrates hypersensitivity to a drug. Type B reactions may take as long as 5 days before the patient demonstrates hypersensitivity to a drug. There is no maximum time for the occurrence of a reaction, but most occur within 12 weeks of initiation of therapy. 4th recognition. Drugs must always be considered as a possible cause of disease or symptoms that are among a patient's list of complaints. Complete drug histories, including non-prescription drugs, must be carried out. B. Recognition is often subjective, and it is not always possible to demonstrate strong causality between the drug and the occurrence. 1. Several factors may help in assessing the determination of causality. Did the patient actually ingest the drug in question? B. Did the onset of symptoms occur after the drug was taken? C. What is the time interval between taking the drug and the onset of symptoms? D. Did the symptoms resolve or improve after the drug was stopped or the dose decreased? E. Did the symptoms reoccur after the drug was reintroduced? F. Did drug-drug interactions contribute to the symptoms? G. Were the drugs measured in toxic levels in the patient's serum? H. Has this reaction been previously seen with use of the drug? I. What is the personal experience of the clinician with previous use of the drug and reactions secondary to the drug? 2. Nomograms have been developed to aid in the assessment of causality. V. Surveillance programs. Pharmacists, as well as all healthcare professionals, should take an active role in monitoring, reporting, and trending ADR information. Some of the activities involved in a concurrent and ongoing ADR surveillance program at an institutional level include the following components. A. Pharmacy departments should take the lead in the collection of information and should submit all reviews and reports to the pharmacy and therapeutics committees for review and evaluation. 1. Encourage all healthcare professionals to be involved in reporting. 2. Monitor patients who are using high-risk agents. 3. Review patients who have received antidote-type drugs. 4. Notify prescribers of suspected ADRs and encourage thorough documentation of the description of the reaction as well as the outcome in patients' medical records. 5. Report appropriately identified ADRs to the FDA. 6. Develop the use of pharmacy computer systems to track ADRs. B. Evaluation of the causes of ADR should be carried out. ADR report information should be used for educational purposes and identification of drug use and medication use processes to prevent further occurrences of such reactions. ADR reporting information should be incorporated into institutional risk management programs. 1192, Chapter 61 VI. Reporting to the FDA. 3 of the 5 major centers at the FDA are involved with evaluating the safety and efficacy of drugs. The largest center is the Center for Drug Evaluation and Research, CDER, which oversees both prescription and non-prescription over-the-counter OTC drug. In 2002, CDER established the Adverse Events Reporting System, AERS, a computerized database designed to support the FDA's post-marketing safety program for drugs and therapeutic biologic products. Annually, the AERS receives about 500,000 reports of adverse experiences possibly associated with drugs. The Center for Biological Evaluation and Research, CBER, ensures the safety and efficacy of blood products, vaccines, allergenics, biological therapeutics, gene therapy, medical devices, and tests. xenotransplantation products, and banked human tissue and cellular products. The Center for Food Safety and Applied Nutrition, the CFSAN, established the CFSAN Adverse Events Reporting System, CARES, in 2002. The CAERS provides a monitoring system to identify potentially serious problems secondary to non-FDA-approved herbs, minerals, vitamins, dietary supplements, and other substances. A. The National Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, VAERS, is co-administered by the FDA and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC. More than 10 million vaccines are given to children who are younger than 1 year of age, and many million more doses to adults each year. Although vaccines protect many people from dangerous diseases, they do have the potential to cause adverse effects. Approximately 15% of events reported to the VAERS are considered more serious and include those that require hospitalization, are life-threatening events, and cause death. 1. The National Childhood Vaccine Injury Act, NCVI, requires health professionals to report a. adverse events after the administration of vaccines specified in the Act, as described in the Reportable Events Table, within the specified period, available at www.vaers.hhs.gov/reportable.htm or 1-800-822-7967B. Any event listed in the manufacturer's package insert as a contraindication to subsequent doses of the vaccine too. In 1990, VAERS was set up to receive all reports of suspected adverse events caused by any U.S. licensed vaccine. Information on reporting online, by fax, or mail can be viewed at vaers.hhs.gov/esub/index. 3. The VAERS depends on voluntary reporting by health professionals to identify rare adverse reactions not detected in pre-licensing studies. B. Monitor for increases in already known reactions. C. Identify risk factors or pre-existing conditions that promote reactions. D. Identify particular vaccine lots with unusually high rates or unusual types of events. B. MedWatch, the FDA's Safety Information and Adverse Event Reporting Program, established in 1993, is a voluntary system for healthcare providers using Form FDA 3500, which is available at http://www.accessdata.fda.gov/scripts/medwatch/. However, manufacturers and distributors of FDA-approved drugs, biologics, radiation-emitting devices, special nutritional products, dietary supplements, infant formulas, and devices are mandated to report problems to the FDA. The goals of the program are to increase awareness of reporting of medical product-induced diseases and the importance of reporting, to clarify what should be reported, to make reporting as easy as possible, and to provide feedback to health professionals. 1. Importance of reporting. The incidence of ADRs occurs at a high rate in healthcare today. 1. Generally, it is reported that 3% to 11% of all hospital admissions can be attributable to ADRs, although some studies report the figure to be as high as 29%. 2. The likelihood that a patient will experience an ADR while hospitalized is reported in the literature to be in a range from 5% to 25%. B. Prevention of ADRs is an important strategy in healthcare. It has been further noted that preventable ADRs tend to be the most costly to treat and cause the greatest degree of patient morbidity. 1. Future ADRs can be prevented in individual patients by careful and consistent documentation in patient records. 2. A program that tracks ADRs can help discover previously unidentified trends. These trends can be used within the institution to develop programs of prospective intervention to prevent reoccurrence of the reaction in the patient populations that are at similar risk. C. Recognition of previously undiscovered ADRs attributable to a drug is particularly true in the case of newly marketed product. 1. Although clinical trials are generally effective in assessing efficacy and risk-to-benefit ratio, inherent limitations exist in pre-marketing trials. A. The trials are usually relatively short in duration and do not effectively mimic the exposure patients would experience if using the drug as a chronically administered agent. B. Drug interactions and use in patients with concomitant disease states may not be tested for in these trials. C. The small size of the trials may be insufficient to detect rarely occurring adverse reactions. D. Age, racial, and ethnic groups may not be participating in the same numbers as represented in the general population. D. Prompt recall in cases of product problems are accomplished when the MedWatch program is used to report product problems or device defects. 2. What should be reported? ADRs that are serious, even if causality is not proven, including 1. A patient's death that is suspected of being a direct outcome of an ADR, 2. A life-threatening event, 3. An initial or prolonged hospitalization, 4. A significant, persistent, or permanent change or disability incapacity, 5. A congenital anomaly, including those occurring in a fetus, 6. Other problems that are not listed in the manufacturer's package insert as a known side effect, especially those that may jeopardize the patient and require medical or surgical intervention. B. Product problems that can result in compromised safety or quality, including product contamination, mislabeling, unclear labeling, poor packaging, potency problem, and questionable stability. C. Counterfeit or suspected counterfeit drugs. D. Adverse events owing to blood products, allergenics, gene therapy, human tissue and cellular products, and xenotransplantation products. E. Medication errors. F. Adverse events with food, herbs, vitamins, cosmetics, or dietary supplements. Although CAERS is the preferred reporting system. G. Malfunctioning medical devices such as heart valves, latex gloves, dialysis machines, and ventilators, and problems with nutritional products or use of a medical product that required surgical or medical intervention to prevent permanent damage to a body function or structure. 3. Confidentiality of both the reporter and the patients whose cases are reported are substantially protected by the FDA. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, privacy rule is not intended to disrupt or discourage ADR reporting in any way. The rule specifically permits covered entities, such as pharmacists, physicians, or hospital representatives, to report adverse and other quality-related events. Accordingly, the HIPAA privacy rule permits covered entities to disclose protected health information without authorization for specified public health purposes. 4. Reporting of problems with OTC medications are required when the product has been marketed with a new drug application, NDA, including drugs formerly marketed as prescription-only drugs. OTC products marketed without an NDA do not require reporting, but reporting is strongly encouraged. Approval of the FDA is not required for the marketing of non-prescription herbs, minerals, vitamins, dietary supplements, and other substances. Because the FDA does not approve these substances, efficacy and safety do not have to be demonstrated, nor is it mandated to report problems to the FDA. 5. Reporting to manufacturers is not described in the FDA's guidelines, although a section of the MedWatch form can be checked off to inform the FDA that a copy of the report has been forwarded to the manufacturer by the reporter. C. Information on previously reported events can be found on the FDA website that provides online safety information at http://www.fda.gov/medwatch/safety.htm.adverse. drug reaction reporting 1193, 1194, Chapter 61, Thesa. 7th AMERICANSOCIETYOFHEA LTHSYSTEMSPHARMACISTS ASHP Guidelines. ASHP encourage reporting of serious or unexpected ADRs to the FDA. 8th THEJOINTCOMMISSION. The Joint Commission requirements for accreditation describe the need for each healthcare organization to monitor for adverse events involving drugs and devices in a continual, collaborative fashion. 9th United States Pharmacopoeia, USP. MEDMARX, and the Medication Errors Reporting Program at the USP Institute for Safe Medication Practices, ESMP Medication Errors Reporting Program is now reported to Quantros Medmarks at www.quantros.com/medmarks.htm. For more information, contact ISMP at www.ismp.org or .. 10th, further information. A. Information about the MedWatch program can be obtained by phone at 1-800-1088 and at http://www.fda.gov/medwatch/. B. Information about VAERS can be obtained by phone at 1-800-822-7967 and at http://www.fda.gov/cba/VAERS/VAERS.htm. C. Information about reporting to the CFSAN program can be obtained by phone at 1-888-SAFE-FOOD or at www.cfsan.fda.gov. D. Further information about the FDA's reporting systems and programs, such as CEDAR, can be found on the FDA's website, www.fda.gov. Directions. Each of the questions, statements, or incomplete statements can be correctly answered or completed by one of the suggested answers or phrases. Choose the best answer. 1. The phrase 1, which is noxious and unintended, and which occurs at doses normally used in man for the prophylaxis, diagnosis, or therapy of disease, or for the modification of physiological function. Describes A. A side effect. B. An adverse drug reaction. An adverse drug event. Medication error. E. Prescribing error. 2. Type A reactions are characterized by which of the following? A. Idiosyncratic reactions. B. A function of patient susceptibility. C. Caused by drug-drug interactions. D. Permanent medical complication. E. Death. 3. The MedWatch form is not the appropriate form to report which of the following events? A. A vaccine event described in the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System, VAERS Reportable Events Table. B. A suspected counterfeit drug. C. A malfunctioning ventilator. D. A drug that is contained in a package with unclear labeling. An adverse reaction resulting in patient death. 4. Type B adverse drug reactions are generally serious and can be life-threatening. B. A result of the known pharmacology of the drug. C. Usually predictable. D. Responsible for the majority of ADRs. A. Usually dose-dependent. Study questions. 5. HIPAA rules require the following before reports are submitted to the FDA. A. Written permission of the patient. B. Written permission of the patient's attending physician. C. Written permission of the patient and the patient's attending physician. D. Written permission from the Medical Records Department. E. Reports can be submitted without authorization of the patient or healthcare provider. 6. Reasons for close scrutiny of previously unreported ADRs and newly marketed drugs are based on all of the following concerns except A. Pre-marketing clinical trials may have a small number of subjects. B. Groups based on age, race, and ethnicity may not be represented in the same proportion in study groups as in the general population. C. ADRs that have been reported in pre-marketing trials are not included as part of the FD, a surveillance of events in the voluntary reporting system. D. Trials are relatively short in duration. E. Trials may not effectively test medications that will be chronically administered agents. 1. The answer is B, C2C. This is the definition from the WHO. Two. The answer is C. See third A2. Type A reactions can be caused by drug-drug interactions. Idiosyncratic reactions and reactions caused by patient susceptibility are generally in the classification of type B reactions. 3. The answer is A, C by A1. All the others are reportable on the MedWatch form. The National Childhood Vaccine Injury Act requires the use of a VAERS form to report vaccine-related injuries. Four. The answer is a C, the third. The other answers describe type A reactions. 5. The answer is E, C by B3. The Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, HIPAA, rule permits covered entities to disclose protected health information without authorization for specified public health purposes. 6. The correct answer is C, C. IBC1. Answers. The patient's attending physician at a C. ADRs that the patient's attending physician. D. Written permission from the medical records department. E. Reports can be submitted without authorization of the patient or healthcare provider. 6. Reasons for close scrutiny of previously unreported ADRs and newly marketed drugs are based on all of the following concerns except A. Pre-marketing clinical trials may have a small number of subjects. B. Groups based on age, race, and ethnicity may not be represented in the same proportion in study groups as in the general population. C. ADRs that have been reported in pre-marketing trials are not included as part of the FD, a surveillance of events in the voluntary reporting system. D. Trials are relatively short in duration. E. Trials may not effectively test medications that will be chronically administered agents.